her sister, Tasha. Welcome them to the Maury Show. This story is very complicated, everyone, to all of us, including me, so listen closely. You see, Michelle and Tasha have found themselves in the middle of a painful family mystery. Growing up, they always believed that this man, John, was their father. But all of a sudden, all of that changed when they were young teenagers, when their mother, Anna, decided to reveal to them John was not the father of either of them. This is their story.
My sister Tasha and I were raised by my father John and his wife Sheila. They did their best to give us a happy and stable life. But my mother Anna ruined that for us when she told me and Tasha that John really wasn't our father. We got taken away from my mom when we were babies. Anna was in and out of our lives after that. One day, she just told me that my real father was a man named Paul. I've met Paul, and I don't want him to be my biological father. He dates girls that are my age. If John turns out to not be my father, then I have no father.
He's been there when I scraped my knee when I was a kid. He taught me how to ride my first bike.
Michelle and I are praying that my mother is lying about her and I not being John's daughters. This whole mess is Anna's fault. She's a terrible mother, and I want her out of my life.
So, as you just heard, there's another man named Paul that Anna believes is Tasha's father. So we've given both Paul and John paternity tests. We're going to talk to them a little later. But first of all, how did it happen that your mother, when you were, what, 12 and 13 years old, comes to you and tells you that John, your father, is not your father?
She told Tasha first because Tasha's 2 years older than me. Tasha was 13 when
and
she
so
told
she
her.
says to Tasha, there's a man named Paul who is your father. Is that right?
And that's not fair to my sister.
And then
Get over it!
Michelle,
It's the truth! Get
Michelle,
over it!
what did she say about your father? Who is your father?
It shouldn't even matter. He's deceased.
He's deceased?
Yes, he's been dead since I was 4.
You need to know the truth!
I don't want to know nothing from you. You're a liar.
Get over it!
It's not fair to us when she told us when we were teenagers, we had other things to worry about. We shouldn't have been worried about something like that.
So, the man you grew up with, John, and his wife Sheila are backstage, okay? So, he was a good dad?
Yes, he was perfect. If we needed something or we wanted something, they always made sure that we had it.
This guy, Paul, right?
Yes.
Tasha, you met him?
I've met him one time, Maury.
You don't want him to be your father?
No.
Why?
I don't know Paul. The only father
You don't
I've
feel
ever
any
known
connection?
No.
John is her dad and always will be.
So, Tasha, John's on the left, is that right?
Yes.
Paul's on the right? Who do you
Yes.
look like?
John.
You look like Dad.
I look like John.
Now, Michelle, did your mom ever show you a picture of the guy who died who's supposed to be your father?
No.
You think you look like John?
Yeah.
I'm hoping so.
She does.
By the way, with your background and your experience with your mother, what kind of moms have you all turned out to be?
Because of her, I'm not able to bond with my children the way I should. I don't know how to be a mom because she was never there.
You love your
I
children?
love my kids, but I can't get close to them because I'm in fear that I'm going to turn out like her.
But you haven't.
Maury, I've heard you've been married once and divorced. I'm on my second marriage.
Well, a lot of people get divorced once. Don't worry about that. All right. We're going to meet Anna in a few minutes, as well as John, your father, and his wife, Sheila. We got 3 people here. But before we go, wow, here's your mom.